All right, you are welcome back to AM Ghana, our final segment, which I love because it always carries something very, very different, yet educative and informative. So with me, Liz Julia here, final segment, we're going to talk about cyberbullying, and I've been all geared up for this particular one. Me, I don't know what cyber even means. Bullying, I say. So Mr. Joseph Ebo Anan is here. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, dear. How are you doing?
I am blessed. I am blessed. Thank you for answering our call.
Thank you.
And I hope your morning has been good.
Yes, very well.
Thank God. So he's an information security consultant and is here to tell us all about cyberbullying and how to protect yourself. Perhaps how to identify cyberbullying also. So, Mr. Ebo,
yes.
Me, as I said earlier, I don't even know what the cyber means. I'm bullying. So what is cyberbullying?
Good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cyberbullying is also a type of cyber attack. That's normally we use digital, tools to harass people or intimidate people.
All right.
So it's on the rise now because the report by UNICEF that was made in 2019, it shows that when you select 3 children, out of the 3 children, one of them has been a victim of cyberbullying. And this does not only happen to children, it also happens to adults as well. Sometimes at job places and stuff, people can become victims of cyberbullying. So it's a type of cyber attack.
When we say cyber, what does it? Because I know that people cyber, but what does it really? Does it just mean social media? Does it mean my using my phone using my phone is dangerous to me? What in practical?
Yeah, to get you right, cyber in simple terms like is the culture of the internet. It's a place now that mostly we do almost everything online. So the digital space is a cyber.
Okay.
So when we say cyber crime, it means like digital crime. So like you going online, things that we use online, not only phones and social media that we do online. Now we have IoT devices, that we have cameras that are connected online and stuff. So all these things can be affected by cyber crimes.
All right. So somebody hears this and then it's like, okay, me, I have a small young phone. I don't go to Facebook. I don't do WhatsApp. That means that the air cannot shut down family. What would be your advice to such a person like that?
No, let's take the mobile money fraud, for example.
Okay.
You see, you don't have a smartphone, but your small young phone, you have mobile money on it, so you have your cash on it. So if you don't listen to, cyber security awareness, it means that someone can fraud you. You can just get a call by somebody, we call it social engineering, by just me trying to trick you to give me your PIN for me to just get access to your money.
Yeah.
So cyber attack, it's very necessity that all of us need to pay attention to.
Exactly.
It's not something that you say that, oh, this is not, I don't do things online. Or even if somebody get hold to my account, yes, but you use it one way or the other.
Yeah.
Unless you tell me that you have nothing to do with technology at all, and I don't know where you will stay looking at where the world is going now.
All right, so this widens the target of who can be a victim or a target for cyber attack or cyberbullying, that everybody needs to pay attention to this.
Sure.
Some will say, oh, media meaning I'm smart, I'm wise, so something like that cannot happen to me. I mean, some will also say, we usually think this happens to children or this happens to the uneducated, but I have heard and I've seen a lot of people who you would rather have thought they should have been, because they are old, because they are mature, they should have been all the smarter, all the wiser about certain things. So that's why I brought in that question for everyone to know, whether you are in the village, whether you are in the city, when it comes to cyber attack, everyone should be watching this program. So call someone. If you haven't done so, call someone to listen to this. Download and share, give to people, send it all around. People need to hear this. while we enter into cyberbullying. How do, or what should somebody do, since we are all at risk? What should someone do to protect themselves? What should we know?
Yes, before we protect ourselves, I believe there are signs that, will indicate to you that, you are a victim of cyberbullying. Like we are saying, it's not only to children, and it's not only to people that we say they are not educated. You might be in quotes as in educated, but a bit digital illiterate.
Okay.
So we all need to pay attention to cyber security awareness, like what we are doing. We are creating the awareness of cyberbullying.
Okay.
That things that you will do, you are not supposed to do online, that maybe you are doing, that could lead you or could lead someone to be a victim of cyberbullying.
Okay.
So we have people that now they virtually live their life almost online. Everything that they do is online. Food they eat, before they even eat the food, they have to put it online. Before they take bath, everything that they do is virtually online. What you are doing is that you are producing much information to someone who intend to attack you. So we call something, as impersonation. Because I have much information about you, I can create a fake account to be you, and then rather using it to commit serious crime. And then you will be there one day, and then CID will knock at your door that you've done this, but meanwhile, you know nothing about it. But because you have produced much online, and the bad person or the hacker has gotten enrolled to this kind of information, he's not using it as you.
Let me give a clear example. I've witnessed one. There's some of these are pastors, are religious men on social media, perhaps Facebook, perhaps Twitter, like wherever, and you sometimes see that, if you are careful to check, you realize that there are two accounts of that same person. Maybe where his name is Joseph Ebo Anang, the other one, the name will be Ebo Joseph Anang, changed in such a way. And then for me, I actually noticed, I don't think I'm at liberty to mention the name here, so they called me because I happen to be in the records of the other one as somebody who has interactions with him. So I received a message first. I was asked the 1, 2, 3, for which I said, yeah, were you at this? Did you do this? Yes, I want to talk to you. So then I provided my phone number, and then they called. Unknown to that person, I've also had phone interactions with them. So when they called, the number came as a different number. So already I was on the alert for that one, that why is the number different? So I quickly called the correct number I know, and then he said, no, I've not called you this morning. And I said, the person just called me. I told him I'm in the bathroom, so I'll call back in 2 minutes. And I said, call him. Let's listen to what he's going to say. So we went on that tangent. We heard everything he wanted to say. Obviously, he wanted me to make a donation. So these are some of the example of. So some of them, the things you reveal about yourself online, like you were saying, makes you a target.
Like what you are saying, you've been smart, but someone might not be that smart and fall into that. You and I, and those watching us, could just do a simple search. Just go online, search your name, and check how many accounts are created in relation to your name. It will marvel you that you will see a lot of accounts that, like you are saying, if my name is Joseph Ebo Anand, you see an account called Anand Joseph Ebo or J.E. Anand. They will just change the names in order to be like you, so to impersonate like you, so that what some of them use is to harass people. So cyberbullying, when anytime we have discussion about cyberbullying, like I say, people then think it's all about children, but it's not all about children. Though children are very important, that we need to sometimes they are not aware, but we that as an adult and as grown-ups, as people that we think we've either educated or not educated in a way, I believe that there are small cyber awareness going on in your area on social media. Just pay attention to. I always say to people that anytime that you hear cyber awareness anywhere, whatever that you are doing, you need to stop and then pay attention to, listen to it. Because for all you know, it will help you.
Okay.
You know, you get me right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what are the types? Because just like the one we mentioned, taking somebody's identity and using it impersonation, are there any other types? Like the Momo one, you know, are there other types too?
Yes. For cyberbullying, like I can just, because maybe you and I have a secret, you know, then based on that, because I want to harass you, I would then be, if on an organization platform, and then just sharing your secret that is between me and you, and then everybody now gets a hold of this secret.
Oh,
so for example, maybe you have a video, a nude video about someone, then you just put it online. You know, you just want to harass the victim, you know, so that people will make mockery about him. Sometimes this is very dangerous. I have, you know, I've witnessed an incident that the boy nearly commit suicide out of that, because the boy was in intimacy with someone, and then not knowing that person has taken a video of it, and then he just want to harass, you know, the victim by just sharing it on social media. And so cyberbullying is very serious attack that you are discussing, and I believe that we'll learn one or two things from it, so that we can all, you know, preach that people will not do this, and the internet will be a safe place for all of us.
I look forward to that day. I look forward to that day. So after talking about like these types of cyberbullying, can I ask what exactly, what is some of the impact of cyberbullying on us? You mentioned this guy who almost committed suicide. So it means that something just on the internet can translate into somebody ending or losing their lives.
Yes.
Someone's nudes out there, embarrassing, degrading. So what other things can this lead to actually? I mean, losing her life is the highest point.
Yeah,
right?
mostly it's like self-harmed, you know, because it depends on the type of the attack. If the attack is very severe, you know, these people get depressed, that they think the world is, you know, now coming to the end, because what else again, maybe like the example I gave, maybe my parents will now know that this is what I do in school, and so, or my church will now know that as a pastor or as an elder or as a deaconess, as whoever you are, this is what you do behind the scene. You know, how would these people see me again? Can I go to these places again? And so automatically they get depressed. And you know, when you are depressed, a whole lot of things comes in mind. You can just harm yourself. That's an example that I gave, you know.
This is serious.
Really
there
serious.
is a particular, I'm trying to remember the title, I can't, but a particular movie I watched, I think it was one of these criminal, I watch a lot of those criminal investigative movies, and they realized that it was like, it was going around schools, this particular school, at a particular day, about 4 or 5 children will just die. And they will die by hanging or something. Like all 4 of them will do the same thing, even though they are in different homes. They will do that, and it will be seen at the same time. And it happened to us, one school, I think the second school, and the third school, that's where detectives were brought in, and it was traced back. So when you brought cyberbullying, that was the same term they gave to it, cyberbullying. That 2 persons who for certain reasons went through a bad experience in school have taken it upon themselves to, so they come to this school, they befriend the students there on internet, so they enter into their platforms, and they get them to do things which they call the most daring. So who will do the most daring thing, and then before you know it, people are dead. So I see where you are coming from. Self-harm.
Yes. So you see how dangerous this can be.
It can be.
You know, so our children, I always beg that as parents, you know, now what we do is we just buy gadgets to our children. They are online. We are not monitoring them, what they are doing online. There are platforms that we can put on devices to at least limit this kind of attack.
Okay.
You know, there are some of the antivirus that we have in town have some settings that we call parental control.
Okay.
So parental control would then limit, you know, the child from visiting certain kind of websites and apps and things, and then creating the awareness as parents to our walls that when you spend much time online, you know, and when you give much information about you online, you know, you stand the risk of this kind of attack. And so this kind of awareness creation, mostly because as an adult we can just read, or just by the example that you just gave about yourself, we know one or two about it. But what about our kids? Are they really aware of this? Do we know what is happening in schools? Our teachers are aware of what students are using the internet for? Okay. You know, we must pay attention to this, because for you know, your child will come to home one day and say, I won't go to school again. You know, give it a thought. What could happen that school that you've been in for some time, and then all of a sudden you are saying that you won't go to school again? Just investigate and see. For all you know, it might be something that, you know, in relation to cyberbullying, that the child thinks that because of this, I cannot relate to my classmates again. I cannot relate even within the school conference again. And so the best thing for me is to not to go to school again.
So you bringing that in, and let me go ahead and ask you, what are some of the signs, warning signs, that when you see it should tell you that this person is having or being bullied in terms of cyberbullying? This person is, I mean, showing certain signs that they are having. Are there any signs or characteristics?
Yes,
like that?
Personality changes. Like I'm saying, like all of a sudden I won't go to school again. And then you see him being very sad. You know, he doesn't talk, he doesn't eat again. You can see that my child is depressed, or my colleague is depressed, you know. So you then have to find out, when you see this kind of signs, like depressed and very sad, you know, it's not, you know, someone that who's outspoken, and now you see him to be very quiet, as in, you know, what he or she used to be has changed. You know, it's not, cyberbullying sometimes is so severe that it is very difficult for the victim to share what is happening. You know, because sometimes based on the how the attack is, you know, the victim thinks that me sharing it to you, I'm even rather increasing the attack. You know, but this is where we urge that when you see someone going through this, try an approach, try to engage, you know, and find out what is happening. And it should be a secret between you and the victim. Promise the victim that no, whatever that it is, tell me. It is going to be between me and you. And so that you help gradually, so that at the end of the day, the person can come out of cyberbullying successfully.
All right. So I think that we've heard, or perhaps seen one or two examples of people who have been cyberbullied. So my next question is, especially with these severe issues of perhaps somebody's naked pictures, they are nudes, them being intimate with another person, these videos spreading, etc. How can you help somebody? You've been able to see the warning signs, you've identified, you've spoken to the person, some way, somehow they've opened up that this is what is going on. How do you help the person?
Good. What we say is that don't retaliate when you are a victim. Just take screenshots of whatever that is happening. As a victim, don't retaliate. When you retaliate, it gets the incident getting higher and higher all the time. So just take screenshots of whatever that is happening, save the content, and then now we have, people don't even know that we even have cybersecurity acts in Ghana now. We have cybersecurity authority in Ghana now. And when you go to the police service, we have cyber department that looks into all these kind of issues. And so actually you can even make a police case of this, and police will get hold to the issue and investigate it to the latter.
Wow. How encouraging is that the police is looking into it? Because I'm looking at the internet as a it's a global thing. I don't think that it just ends at the shores of Ghana. So I'm looking at the Ghana police. I'm wondering what can Ghana police do in terms of perhaps somebody who may be bullying me from miles and miles away outside. How realistic is the police helping me?
That's very good point. Like, let's give example. Like, let's say you are in US and then I'm in Ghana. You are trying to bully me, and like you're saying, I have the content. I've saved them. Yes, you can still make a case to the police, and then as well they will be giving you some guidelines, as in maybe how to block the person, report the person on that platforms, you know, so that the owners of the platform will take, you know, measures to, like, I witnessed an event like that on YouTube, and so we made a case to police, and then we advised as well to make a case to YouTube. So we made a case to YouTube, and that account was blocked.
Okay.
You know.
All right. So my other question has to do with what are the certain warning signs for myself. So I'm on internet. I'm on a particular social media platform, and I use it a lot. What are some warning signs that would let me see or notice that I've become a victim, or I'm almost becoming a victim? Somebody perhaps has done something to my account. Because I've seen a lot of people, especially on group pages, before you know it, they are sending certain pictures of certain things, and then somebody will write, the person has been scammed, and then we have to, and it says, where is admin? Please take this name out. What are certain signs that I'm becoming a victim, or somebody is, you know, poking their interest is, you know, on me to cause certain cyber harm or attack in any way?
Good. What we normally say is that, like, this is an exercise again. I would say that anyone that is watching, just go to, let's take Facebook. Check all your Facebook friends.
Okay.
Do you know all of them personally?
No.
You know.
Usually we know like 9%.
Yes. So if I don't know you person, why should you be my friend? You know? So we need to make friends to people that we can easily identify. So that in such, you can easily identify that it's so who is doing this to me. You know? But we seem to trust anyone online. Like the example that you are giving, you know, people keep calling me and then telling me our Facebook page is being hacked, and you know, it's just a simple thing. Like, someone, you'll be there and someone will call you, we are doing something, and so we send a pin to you. So can you send a pin to us back? By you sending the pin to the person, it means that you are giving him the authorization to change your WhatsApp account to what he is having.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, the person will now be as you. He has changed. Like, when you take your WhatsApp right now, there's a place called change number. So if I want to change number and I want to be like you, I will then use your number. So WhatsApp will send me SMS indicating that if it is really me, I should put in this pin to attest to it that yes, it is really me, so that they can change the number. And then I would do something we call social engineering, try call you and then trick you small and ask you to give me the pin. As soon as you give me the pin, then I get hold to your WhatsApp. So all the platforms that you are on, then I will begin to send in, you know, unwanted messages. Like, I have an example of a pastor that, you know, was victim to this, and then the person was sharing nude pictures on his status.
Yeah.
You know.
So immediately you see certain friends, their accounts, and they are also misbehaving in, we talked about irregularities earlier. They are behaving irregular, abnormal, what they wouldn't usually do, like sending news. It means you should either block the account and report it, or what do you do? Yes,
report and block.
Okay.
Report on that platform. If it is WhatsApp, there's a way to report. All the platforms have a way of reporting.
Okay.
So just report to the platform owners, and then you block that person.
Okay. So there is this particular issue about certain people's accounts being blocked by the social media platform, maybe Facebook itself or WhatsApp itself, because perhaps they sent a particular information, something that somebody may have reported, and due to certain suspicious activity, Facebook would maybe block that account. How does Facebook do it? And when you are reported for such activities, wouldn't it, or is there a process that involves you being called, you being, you know, having some interaction to know whether were you the one who sent this? What does this really mean? Is there anything like that?
Yes, you see, the platform owners have their own rules and regulations. So if I'm able to, you know, produce evidence that this account is using or doing this to me, if I'm able to produce evidence to them, it is their platform. They created it, so they have a way. They will see it if it is indeed is true that this account, someone used this account to do this.
Okay.
You know, they will see it because they have archives of everything that's happened. They have a database that collects everything that we do online. Okay. One thing that we should bear in mind that everything that we do online, you know, sometimes you think that you have deleted something. Deleted something online doesn't mean that it has deleted permanently.
Completely. Okay.
You know, it still have a trace. You know, so that's why sometimes if you use your phone to commit cybercrime, and then a forensic analyst gets hold of your phone, he will retrieve. You will think that you've deleted everything, but we will retrieve everything and will use that to prosecute you.
Okay. Okay. So still on this particular issue, because what I'm talking about is a case where perhaps on a platform where we are all commenting on a particular thing, I make a certain comment, not particularly distasteful, but maybe one person in the on the page or the platform sees it as being distasteful to them in a way, and then they report, and then I'm blocked. Is there a way I can retrieve? I can report to Facebook, get my account back. I don't know how this goes, but is there a way that can be done?
Yes, there is a way, but it's too much technicalities. You know, that a process, you need to file, you also have to file a complaint.
Okay.
And then you get, it will be back and forth with them. You need to prove to them that indeed what the complainant said about you is indeed not the truth. So if legitimately, if it is right, they will still give you your account back, because I've seen people whose account has been blocked and they've been able to get their account back.
Okay, all right. Let's look at next month, October, Cybersecurity Month. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so what are some of the activities lined up? What does it also mean to people like yourself, information security consultants?
Yes, October is a month for cyber security, and Ghana being very serious about cyber security, that we have cyber security authority now. They have, although I don't speak for them, they have a lot of, you know, activities in line that with time they will roll them out for us to see. So I will just urge everyone who's watching that you should watch out for a whole lot of activities that are coming up Cyber Security Month. If for nothing at all, dedicate October that I'm going to get educated on cyber security. If for nothing at all.
Okay. I want to talk about now maybe one or two particular issues that have occurred. Perhaps people didn't see them also as a form of cybersecurity. So I'm going to bring it up. You tell me whether it's cybersecurity, cyberbullying, and then how we can watch out for some of these things. I know when it comes to children, you say that parental control, setting apps, so we can get them. There's a case, something that happened in Nigeria, where a lady in searching for a job got a job application which she answered to. So she was supposed to go for the interview, and they gave her location and everything. She went for that interview and never came back. Her body was found somewhere else, and we've been told that this actually is happening in Nigeria, some parts of Nigeria. So how do we, especially with job, I have also been this job issue before, getting a job alert and trying to you know, respond to it, and I'm being asked to pick up a certain form at what and what price, what and what cost. I mean, a whole lot when it comes to especially the job sector. People putting up certain recruitments somewhere, recruitment agencies or recruitment for certain positions, and you go and it is not true, and people say they were able to take away this money from me, they were able to do this, they were able to do that. How is it cyberbullying first?
It's a cyber attack though. Cyber attack are in different forms.
Okay.
And like I was saying, I think we really need, you know, topics to be treated on this kind of areas, because there are ways, you know, these attackers know that a lot of people are jobless. And so they just look into the system, look at the demand of the people, and use it to harm.
Because they take the logo and everything of that company too, everything, and make it real.
Yes. So there are processes that you, not being a victim, could detect that this is not the rare site of the company.
Okay, so how can a normal person, how do I, if I'm looking for a job and I see this application, how do I go and find out whether this is real or it is just a form of cyber
all right.
attack?
This is not under cyberbullying though, but as it has come, let me just at least give a tool for that. There's a website called, there's a website that actually when you get any link, you know, you can go there to check to verify that this link is legitimate or not. So the name of the site is checkfish.ai. Checkfish.ai. When you go there, you see what these people do is that they create malicious link and then add information to it, lucrative information that will get your attention. Send it to you, and so you will be hurried by just clicking on the link and then provide whatever that they need. That is where the attack starts from. So they will be building upon it. They will be building upon it. Then you then have to come to so and so office, that fake office. And so for the first stage, just copy whatever link that you have, and then go and check at checkfish.ai. If it is legitimate link, the AI will tell you. If not, don't just continue whatever discussion that we have with the person. You know, and we should just have a day about this. We just have to explain much about it.
So this is a case that I have put up so much information about me. As you said, I woke up in the morning, even in the bed, I just take my phone, I take a picture of my face, waking up. I'm going to brush my teeth, finish brushing my teeth. This is my breakfast for the morning. I have already done that. Well, for some way, somehow, I've not been a victim of cyber bullying at all. But I'm hearing this morning, I'm hearing it from you, that doing that opens me up to be an easy target to cyber bullying. What from now on, what can I do to help myself? How do I erase? Because you also said that some of these things in the memory of the phone or the website or whatever it is still there. It can easily be used. What can I do to go back, take some things out, and take at least lessen the amount of light I have put on myself?
Good. For almost all the platforms now, we have tightened security. You just don't have to create accounts as in you want Facebook account. So you should just look for privacy settings on all the platforms that you're on, then tighten it a bit. And then if there are certain things that you think it is wayward, you can just pull them down. And then again, this will guide you as in going forward, what to put there and what not to put there. So just tighten the privacy of all the platforms that you're on. Like the WhatsApp example, people don't even know that you can even put two-factor authentication on WhatsApp. You can just put it there. People don't even know that you can put PIN on your SIM in order that I cannot scam your SIM by me trying to change your SIM to mine, that I will get calls and messages to me
Okay.
as you know.
Okay. So we should tighten our security.
Yes.
I'm also worried and concerned about those who also get these type of perhaps what do you call it, cyberbullying.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to this place. I think that's what we usually do. I'm here, and then I take a picture. I'm here.
Good.
So it kind of leaves. That's what I think.
Yeah, it leaves track. Everything that you are doing is virtually online. So the attacker then knows that yes, you are here. You know, you just move from the office, from the studio to the reception. Hey, I'm at the reception. I'm going to, this afternoon we're going to so to take my lunch. The morning I'll be here. Oh, this weekend I'm going to be here. You're giving too much information online. You know, that could come back and harm you. You know, sometimes as youth, we don't know what the future holds for.
Exactly.
So for now, you think, oh, like in Chi, we say, wala. So you can do anything online. But whatever that we do today will be rolled back to us tomorrow.
Okay.
And it's, you know, really going to affect us. You know? So the information we give online is too much. We need to limit it.
Limiting. I don't. When it comes to the youth of today, and I've seen a lot where, I mean, things that people do on the internet, and it even leads them to death.
Yes.
Easily. Take a picture here, standing at a very dangerous place. Somebody taking a video of herself crossing the street. Somebody, and all these things, I don't know, but how do we also protect our young ones, the teens, for me especially, because for them sometimes it's not really about getting your account number, put your account number in here, and so they don't really see themselves as being at risk. Yes, but you talked about perhaps having some parental control, but how do you educate that teen that when somebody is asking for too much information about you, especially when they ask for this information, be on the alert, be aware that that person wants something more. And then the dating apps, the marriages and all those things, and then in the end you also see that the person is not real, they take something valuable from you. And how do we help control it? Because that one,
the children, I really love kids. So when it comes to protection of kids, I really pay much attention to. As parent, one of the best things you can give to your wards are just educating them. You know, they are unaware of the risk, you know, that they are exposed to online. So you have to educate them. Tell them the reason why you are limiting them from so and so, you know. And as schools, as churches, as places that these teens are, you should just engage cybersecurity professionals to come and speak to them, letting them know the risk involved in doing everything online. And there should be someone who will be there to counsel them all the time. It should be part of their daily activities, letting them know all these things.
So what are some of the things they should look out for when somebody asks you what of your name, of, you know, that kind of thing?
Yeah, basic principle is that if I don't know you, why do I chat you?
But they are making what we are first called pen pals. They are making friends from far.
Yeah, but now comes with a risk. You know, now comes with a risk. So you need to take into consideration of the risk that you may be exposed to. You know, for you know, the person might be, you know, not as in bad though, but because of the risk associated to it, I have to be careful about you giving you some personal information.
So that is the underlining word, be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful, whether adult or child or teen. And a teen, they want to be called young adults, and they are young adults. So be careful. If you're an adult, as you say you are, don't go putting certain pictures about you on social media, and don't let social media become, you know, your best friend. What I mean by that, everything you wake up, it's there. You brush your teeth, it's there. You eat, it's there. Everything is there. Be intentional about what information you put on social media. It now comes in with certain parts too how you are even feeling. You think they are just nothing, but somebody can pick up on how you are feeling. I'm elated, I'm excited, I'm depressed, I'm down. All those things. Let's be very, very careful. As adults, when somebody is asking for certain information, you say your PIN number, and what is he going to do with it? What is that person going to do? Let's be careful. There is cyberbullying, it's real, and it is actually that costly, ending lives as well.